I just don't think that running Zarya is necessarily something that he has really been comfortable with, thus the swap. But take a look, RunAway, they've done their research. They also know what Edison likes running, so what do you have here in the very beginning? They don't need the scout to confirm or otherwise. They put Gangnam Jin out here on the Ana.
So now both teams rolling out here to this first mid here on Nepal. Busan wave obviously on that Sombra. Edison looking for that early poke. And RunAway, they're actually just holding very aggressively. They're denying the point. They want to stop Busan wave from getting any space for Edison as they continue to build up that nano.
And for GC Busan, I mean, it's going to be very difficult for them to win the poke war or otherwise up until Edison has EMP. Now the point is unlocked, and RunAway just casually going to walk back here. Make sure that they get the point. Now Mag under a lot of pressure because of the hack. But again, RunAway able to deal with it. They back up, they reheal. Armor pack's going to be a cooldown for just a little
Something
bit.
knows that Edison,
yeah, he's built a lot. He's built quite a bit.
Edison will have EMP very soon. Actually, potentially before Gangnam Jin will have even a nano. Well, not if he slept though.
And now they're just like, we need to protect Sombra. And while they're trying to protect Sombra, Mag gets 2 kills on the back line. They're just like, okay, protect Sombra, but they don't think about where else Mag can go.
Oh, and when we look at that ZP, and we see, you know, this is an incredible build for EMP actually. Not outbuilding Gangnam Jin before he's even going to have nano. And then we get a crazy sleep. And the follow-up there from RunAway, knowing this is their win condition for this fight. Let's engage right now. Because it's and the set nade catching too. I mean, it doesn't really do much, but you know, that's just a nice cherry on top.
I think it's more just the hilarity that he timed him off and still gets 2. Edison though, gonna go in, drops EMP. It's 3, not 4 EMP there, but RunAway, they just disengage and they end up getting Edison as he tries to get out. The EMP does absolutely nothing, it's preemptive.
Yeah, again, Gangnam Jin using the nano actually to put it onto Shui, because a nano Brigida is very, very strong and also gives a lot of peel ability for RunAway. And GC Busan Wave get absolutely nothing from the EMP.
And unfortunately for GC Busan, that is not only their win condition, but they don't have enough time to build it up before the end of the map unless Edison just has the best build ever.
And now GC Busan Wave have to move in, look for this grab, look for the shatter, but Lijigang has beat.
Graviton comes out here from point away to start things out. Mag is down, so this is still winnable for GC Busan Wave. Transcendence keeping them alive. 6 on 5, moving forward. Ion in quite a bit of damage, almost has shatter up for himself, and RunAway actually gonna lose this fight. No EMP required for GC Busan Wave, so that actually works out quite well for them.
That was a good, it's still a pretty good push. I mean, the problem is that when RunAway invested the grab, the beat was up, and or when they invested the grab, I mean, they just couldn't clean up. They could not clean up there from their own grab. Fielder had Transcendence. Daydream didn't even have to invest beat, which is very, very important in this next fight because RunAway will be looking, I imagine they'll be looking to use the nano to keep themselves alive post Edison EMP, because they should know that Edison will be getting close to that EMP. And GC Busan Wave are looking for pretty much any way they can just save EMP if possible, or maybe just, you know, use it to win the fight straight up and use nothing else.
Well, they're gonna wait as long as possible, move forward, drop the EMP, hits everyone but Hisu, but even despite that, RunAway still punishes Brigida on the other side. And GC Busan Wave, they invest the barrier, they go in deeper. Daydream gets hit by the Bionade, and RunAway, they just back up and punish as the push comes in from GC Busan, and they're gonna take the fight.
They overcommitted so hard to this fight, and they've lost it now because of it. They move forward, they're able to boop Ion into the team, clean him up while the nano is out onto Mag, and then they can make grab, but the shatter out for Mag means they can't clean up at all.
Like gonna fall, of course, had the sacrifice his life just to get back on over to the point, keep overtime progress. The Graviton though, gonna be cleaning the rest up. And wow, Mag, well, you know what? Moral victories on the
moral
other side.
Victories. And that was actually, I think, GC Busan Wave did a good job there with that offense. I mean, they won one fight, got 50% off of it. They, or not offense, I should say, on that control. What looked to be a very dominating hold for RunAway, they were able to open up on that fight, use their grab effectively, clean up where they needed to, and save their beat. But it was really all just based off that early pick from QOQ, forcing that beat from Daydream, and they didn't get max value, then Ion is picked. It's just a stagger effect. With RunAway, when they get a pick, it's essentially the age-old saying, I guess, is like, I think it's like if you give an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yeah.
And that is what RunAway does.
Well, RunAway, they're just so good at focus firing down people that are low HP, of just absolutely pouncing on even the smallest of mistakes that You're basically playing extreme hard mode anytime you're up against them. But now we do have a difference between the two sides. We have Mag going on the Winston, Ion on the Reinhardt, and this is a little bit of a risky gambit for the Winston team usually, because if it doesn't work out, you have to swap Ryan after.
True, but I think they anticipated that GC Busan Wave probably wouldn't be playing a counter comp if they want to run Edison on the Sombra, because it's a lot harder to contest that Mega Pack, even with the hack, when you don't have a D.Va. You need the D.Va there for that first fight to support your Winston.
GC Busan, they just give up first control for
I mean, how do they get to the point, though, is the problem, because they have no D.Va to eat all this spam damage, and so they're just building EMP.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to build EMP. Meanwhile, RunAway just dives on in as soon as they look like they're even considering popping on out. Mag building about 34%, 35%. Not the absolute best build, but more than enough. It's on pace. And LEGDAY gone, just staying on top here, being opportunistic, seeing if there's a chance to get a good boot into the pit.
He is scouted by Edison, though, so he has to rotate. And Edison 85% to the EMP. So this is GC Busan's chance to move towards the point, set up Edison here to look for the EMP.
Get the hack off here. Edison has to translocate out. While he does that, RunAway decides to move in. They get free down immediately. EMP can be invested here by Edison, but even as this is going on, Gangnam Jin wasn't hit by it. It's still pretty bloody though. GC Busan Wave, they make the most out of it, but you still have Shui and Gangnam Jin.
They're going to commit to this fight.
They're fighting back. They're going to use the rally. They are the two-man wrecking crew here. They buy time for respawns to get back in. Mag's about to have Primal, and RunAway might hold.
They're currently still just delaying more, and they were able to get the trans out of Fielder. As you see, Mag commits.
Oh,
he's going to be able to get this frag. He's discorded. You notice how they keep the discord onto Fielder the entire time for Mag's dive. They come back in to peel for him. They've isolated Ion here as well. He'll be going down.
Towards the end, Ion's out of it.
He commits again with another jump. I mean, a little risky. Even LemonKiwi is in. He's discorded, but he gets the armor pack. He's out.
LemonKiwi gonna be able to get out of there, and I mean that's the other thing about RunAway. They win fights that arguably most other teams would lose, where you think it's done for. Edison had a good EMP for the last step, and RunAway, they end up fighting back with, you know, the combined powers of Brigida and Zen.
I mean, they commit on the fight too that a lot of teams just wouldn't commit on. They were down so many players. It was realistically Gangnam Jin and Shui versus the world, and they realized that their ults were so strong, their positions were so strong that they could commit.
Now Shatter GC Busan Wave, nice shatter in here from Ion, gonna knock a few to the ground. They already have Hisu out of it. Hasn't had to use EMP yet, so this is a big boon, the GC Busan Wave, where it's a good shatter that helps set this up as well as the grab. But now they can use the EMP for the next fight, and Edison, why is he going so aggro on the harass here when he already has EMP up?
I mean, maybe he can get that pick, maybe he can delay even longer. And something to note is that Hisu did use Grav, so there's no Grav available for RunAway here, so they don't, GC Busan doesn't have to worry quite as much about having their ults up in time, though Fielder does need this trance to keep his boys alive because Free's so hurt.
Well, they get free down before the EMP really takes effect. RunAway just wasted no time at all and hang back to the point with Primal Transcend. And Mag just absolutely pressuring here on the Winston. And there's that poop off the ledge. It is. Ion gone. Whip-shotted right off into the abyss. Looking for some gold down below as RunAway, not only they win the fight, but this is going to be it. They take
That's
the round.
Going to be the map.
It's the map.
And did Edison's EMP get any value there in that fight? He was waiting for Fielder's trance. It looked like he drops it, and they just couldn't find anything.
I mean, RunAway went in quicker on the re-engage more than other teams do. Other teams, they will take their time. They will evaluate the situation. RunAway has no chill, even a little bit, in their offense, where they decide, we're back in. And before Edison can even think to drop the EMP, Free's gone.
And it's something to note as well, I think, when we watch Shui, is that when you're on the Brigida play and you're playing versus the Sombra, you feel a lot less fear. Because there's no D.Va is relatively good at hunting you, especially if your Discord are caught out. It's a little bit harder for Sombra. And Shui knows what that sustain and the value he has, and he has a larger health pool than the Sombra ever will, and doesn't have to worry about the D.Va hunting him, that he can be so much more aggressive. And when you see those initiations from RunAway and that peel, he is always on the front lines.
Well, that's map one, done and over with. RunAway looking strong as ever. Will GC Busan Wave be able to make something happen? Find out in just a bit. The RunAway speedrun perhaps continues. GC Busan Wave having some good moments there, but in the end, RunAway is going to be RunAway, where not only are they going to be oppressive, but they're going to come back and win fights that I'm not sure any other team would.
I think other teams, the win conditions are available, but it's more of RunAway. Not only are their players so good that they can take these fights that you don't think they're winnable, but they are so confident and recognize the win conditions so well that they take them when other teams just don't see the win conditions. Like we saw on Sanctum there, where post-EMP fight, we see the teams looking at each other, and they even have Ion on the point, and it's Shui and Gangnam Jin versus the world. Yeah. And they realize they have Rally, they have Trance, their sustain is so strong, and the value they can give to Shui means that they can just stay on point forever, and there isn't much that the current times that GG Busan were missing players could do to dislodge them at all.
And most other teams, whether it be Contenders, Overwatch League, doesn't really matter. Most teams would not fight that fight unless their name was Vancouver Titans. So there's something in the water for teams that are being developed by RunAway to where they don't know the meaning of surrender. And for most teams, we'd go, I don't know why they're not getting out. Of course, this fight is lost. And normally that'd be a true statement. For RunAway, they stay in fights and they win.
And that's, I mean, we saw it there on Nepal. So it is currently going to be at 1-0. RunAway taking the first map of Nepal. And we're going to be on Blizzard World next. Maybe our second map of the series.
And, you know, what more can you say here? I think GC Busan Wave, they've had a lot of very good success by running Sombra setups, but I don't think you can run Sombra all the time and beat RunAway. I don't think that's really possible.
But there's one thing that GC Busan Wave, you know, it's interesting. We've had this conversation a lot recently.
Yes,
and GC Busan Wave have committed to not playing 3-3.
Yes. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, yes, they have to play 3-3 per se, but it's also just sort of, if 3-3 is the truly strongest form of Overwatch, especially on this patch, which is not the live patch, it's the patch before, you know, there comes a lot where you have to almost fight 3-3 for 3-3, but then lose because RunAway is so good.
So we're not going to open that whole can of worms. We're not going to get into this whole discussion again. But I will say that GC Busan Wave has chosen the style that they would prefer to play, a Sombra style of goats. And that's going to be probably what they'll be sticking with, because that's what they feel most confident with.
And RunAway is just going to sit there and be like, we've figured this out. Epic battles there. Except for the entire fact where in most games, you know, well, most recent games, they have the grunt at higher HP, so the human usually loses. But hey, just going to take that down. RunAway versus GC Busan Wave here, though.
Just drop some Warcraft game balance.
Did you never play Warcraft 3?
I played Warcraft 3, but I mean, are you considering that a recent game?
Yes.
You consider Warcraft 3 a recent game?
I'm living in the future as Warcraft 3 Reforged.
I mean, do you already know the balancing for Warcraft 3?
I mean, I assume that the grunt is not going to have less HP than a footman, or we're living in a really dark time.
All right, well, you know, happy to have to see it. I'm just wondering.
All right, all right.
See RunAway, and also Li Zhigong there is getting the scout on the spawn doors and then swap back. I think that's a very smart play. You don't really see it too often. Going to come back on Lucio. GG Busan Wave, obviously, as we see, are still running the Sombra here. Edison on that Sombra. Ion on Ryan, free on the Zarya. Gangnam Jin also on the Ana, as expected.
A little bit of pressure there on 10 point from Edison, although, you know, there is kind of a decision you have to make, is that do you go for a Sombra pressure on point, or do you go for ult charge? And right now he's kind of playing a frontline Sombra that is actually getting a reasonable amount of ult charge, which is surprising.
I think the reason they're playing the frontline Sombra is notice how they're saving their bubble for Edison. They're saving armor pack for Edison and letting him do the poke because RunAway want to engage as soon as those cooldowns are used. But by having Edison be your frontline, you can use your cooldowns on him to poke, and then he translocates away, and then RunAway, they're so far away that RunAway can't engage on him. That is an interesting strategy.
I mean, it's actually working out pretty well. They've built the EMP in a little under a minute. Edison's ready to go. So now RunAway, we'll see if they've ult-tracked well enough to realize that this EMP is quicker than Norm. Edison off the front line, still acting like he doesn't have EMP, finally goes in, drops EMP. Are they gonna be able to get mag from it? They do. And there comes Ion, drops a shadow right after. The cleanup's gonna be there. And RunAway.
This adjustment is actually one of the smartest adjustments I've ever seen.
RunAway, they just get blown off the first point.
They get EMP before Gundam Jin can even get the nano up. I mean, they EMP him when he has like 99%. So there's obviously no nano in that fight.
So we've entered the new world. The frontline Sombra, support it with everything you got, and hope that you get the EMP early, which in this case, GC Busan Wave did. How
Free gets slept on top of the tank and booped in. That is an, oh my goodness, what a mugging. What an absolute mugging.
Yeah, lost wallet, credit cards, ATM, bank account was drained. I don't know what else to say about that, but
that was just done for Free. He was done.
Well, RunAway, they immediately head back out and they go, you know, we're going to recontest point A. Even though it's already yours, the payload's moving, we still want to fight here.
And you know, the thing is about this swap in positions right here is that, it was be better for GC Busan Wave. You see, the counter grab,
the beat.
But the beat keeps him alive, and RunAway can't follow up without Shui on the front line.
And they had 5 people get hit by the bound nade. They didn't feel comfortable. They go for a self-destruct, backboard against the wall. Not going to get anything. RunAway, they invest nano as kind of one of the last moment efforts here. Mag holding on to the shatter under heavy pressure, potentially about to fall.
Either Delight or Edison dying there is really huge CP as you see the mag going down. I don't think Edison's going to commit the EMP either. The nades have been huge from Gundam Jin, but I can't believe they weren't able to find Delight or Edison.
And that was a rare moment where RunAway just, you know, even with the good bio nade, they just lose Shui early to focus fire, and they kind of stall out in terms of what to do. GC Busan Wave catches them off guard, and now Edison has the EMP set up for the next fight.
Has the EMP, and even more importantly is the EMP will help build Freeze Grav. So they could use the EMP to win the fight and then grab for the next, or even vice versa, because there are no support ults besides Shui's rally up on the field. If anything, Hisu's going to be the one that's going to have the most important peel ult for RunAway with that grab of his own.
Edison waiting for it right now. In the back, EMP all set. Busan Wave. Mind their time, Shatter can drop in. They get Edison before the EMP can hop out. He's down. Shatter into a quick pickoff. GC Busan Wave though, trying to make it interesting, 4-on-4. RunAway, they invest the grab late into the fight, and they're down members here. This is something GC Busan Wave has to be kind of happy with. Even if they lose the fight, RunAway had to invest quite a bit.
RunAway had to invest a bit, but they still hold on. And Mag, I mean, just cleaning up, investing the Shatter late in the fight after Ion Shatter.
But he's at 65%.
He's cleaned up because Ion dropped Shatter, and then he doesn't really get anything out of it. He just loses it, really. Does not get much value. And Mag's able to drop the counter Shatter, clean up. So GC Busan Wave, they still didn't invest the EMP, though. So this next fight, I imagine we'll be seeing the nano here from Gundam Jin just used to keep someone alive. Actually, they're going to engage very early.
Super early self-destruct.
Get nothing from it, though.
Yeah, I mean, it forces GC Busan Wave back on over. Edison going front line here, already eating a whole lot of damage. Gets the bubble, in fact. The rare bubbling the Sombra. Ion gets hit by the Bionade. Not cleaned up, though. And in fact, in this early exchange here, QOQ gonna lose mech. Nano boost is faded, and Mag just backing on up, but still has a Shatter in reserve. Stuck in the grab. It's about the time where you use the Shatter. Turns and just shatters a bubbled Reinhardt.
That's unfortunate, but does get the pin. Will he be able to clean him up, though? Mag, he's still alive. He's Bionade. He's getting healed, but will get cleaned up now.
So GC Busan Wave slowly fighting through, taking a little bit extra control.
Ion drops his own Shatter into the bubbles, into the shield, and now is sleeping as it drifts into the cap. Can they stop? They can.
QOQ's potentially going to sacrifice his mech here, and does just for RunAway to buy time to stop the payload and its progress. Now they're down a member here, GC Busan Wave. They use the barrier. They want to make this very, very decisive, and they do.
Freeze currently slept, but it is just going to be cleanup frags. As Daydream is getting a lot of frags there. Cleanup. And GC Busan Wave, I think, they definitely have by no means figured out RunAway's style, but they're doing a great job of playing around the Sombra and getting as much value as they can, because using Edison as his frontline presence of a Sombra rather than a poke means they don't have to worry about Kyoku zoning him, don't have to worry about LeGdaY zoning him. It's all about the brute force pressure, getting these early cooldowns out, and then setting up the EMP.
We're going to see the Graviton come in here. As RunAway tries to stabilize, GC Busan says, you know what, have an EMP instead. Mag stuck in there, and again, it's GC Busan Wave getting the better of the engage. RunAway falling for multiple straight battles here. And this is unexpected. The frontline Sombra of GC Busan Wave is actually doing damage to RunAway.
I mean, Edison was even caught in that grab, and they couldn't clean him up. They couldn't even get the anti off while there's no D.Va on the field. And then the EMPs use a defensive ult where everyone on RunAway's on top of them, set up the grab. See Shui popping the rally. Just trying to zone GC Busan here. He's going to be backing up. And RunAway, I imagine they're going to be looking to set up this Bash Shatter. There's no reason for them to save the bomb here in this scenario.
I'm going to have to look to where Shui might be positioning if they're looking for the Bash Shatter.
Well, Kyoku gets caught, though.
6-on-5 advantage for GC Busan Wave. Edison already halfway to another EMP. Ion stepping forward. RunAway looking scared. LeGdaY is down. And oh, the sleep onto Ion now. They have to invest. Shatter comes out, and Shatter oddly doesn't get a whole lot here. They get Delight, but that's going to be it. I don't even think that was because of the Shatter.
Shui is down right now, so RunAway's in a holding pattern. You see also LeGdaY hiding here. He's dancing around. He's expecting the Edison EMP, but you don't have to rotate. And also, something over that sleep, Ion lost Shatter. He was going for Shatter. He lost the Shatter from the sleep. Did not have that up anymore.
Gangnam Jin. GC Busan Wave, final opportunity. Edison has another EMP. He's ready to go. RunAway holding back. Graviton going to be used here early. Self-destruct. Buying a little bit of time. Gets stuck on the payload. RunAway holding back. GC Busan Wave moving forward. Hisu's down. The EMP does enough to get at least that. As RunAway holds back. GC Busan Wave investing the barrier. Rally is up. Heavy pressure now to RunAway. But the built up the grab mid-fight. The rally is up on their own. Hisu waiting to let fly. Mag in real trouble here. Mag gonna fall. Graviton. A little bit later into the fight. RunAway moving forward. Trying to get the cleanup to get Daydream, but they need more. They need more to make this fight their own. GC Busan Wave though just too strong at the point. And they're gonna finish out Blizzard World.
I think the most impressive part of that engage for GC Busan Wave was that they used the grab. They forced the beat out from LeGdaY, who's confident he can get the beat out because QOQ bombs. And Edison still translocates in while the bomb is out, uses the EMP, and gets out in time. Right now, this is just cleanup frags you see as the fight breaks down. But GC Busan just have the better health. They're able to have both the beat and the rally out at the same time, so it's just cleanup for them. They also have the Zen to get more Discord damage. So this is just all cleanup for GC Busan. I think the most interesting part was realistically where Edison goes for that extremely risky EMP while Kyoku's bomb is out and translocates in time before it goes off.
Impressive stuff from GC Busan where they're making the Sombra setup work a lot better than pretty much any other team has against RunAway. And I mean, there's clear reasons as to why, where they've kind of shifted the normal setup where you usually see the Sombra just constantly in the back harassing and then, going back to team. But we've seen Edison get way more support than the average Sombra. Armor packs, Zarya bubbles, staying frontline. And, the only thing I'd wonder here in return is that, usually when teams try and run frontline Sombra, you'd see, a team like RunAway just aggressively head into them. But GC Busan Wave has been able to mitigate that to a degree.
I think that's one of the most inventive plays for Sombra in terms of playing around Sombra to RunAway's style and against the 3-3 style that I've seen in a while is having the Edison frontline Sombra. He's not really worried about harassing the backline I mean, he's getting still a good strong poke, but he's just playing a lot more aggressive frontline Sombra where it disables RunAway in terms of let's make Sombra translocate and then run into them.
Yeah.
Because he's there with the team.
Well, it also works out in the sense that you're getting EMP quicker, and the name of the game for Somerset is get EMP. Now, Edison very low here. Daydream sleeping on the side. A little bit of ability, name, congruence there going on. But RunAway, they put a lot of pressure on some point early. Edison's been building EMP quickly, but it might not be quick enough. Now GC Busan Wave, they have to commit, they have to stand the point. RunAway, they take them out to strike. They dive back in. Delight in real trouble here, just barely able to get away. But the EMP's built up mid-fight. Edison gonna drop it in the middle. Hisu down. And GC Busan Wave with a real chance to bring this back. Mag isolated and gone.
Just, the frontline Sombra play, you just don't see it. Even with the light going down, they decided to commit because they knew they had EMP. They knew that RunAway had used a lot of their cooldowns, of their resources early in the fight. And Edison is just playing frontline Sombra. He's in the heat. He's in the midst of the fight as the DPS hero against the 3-3.
It's an unexpected twist. The one that's been working out. They repel RunAway on the first attack. And think about it, if they were able to do that there, where of course that's the hardest challenge, you know, Edison already at 40%. Now the one difference is that they don't have enough currency in terms of point to give up here. They've already given up 2 ticks, so they have to be more aggressive from the get-go.
I mean, they also do have the Transcendence up now, and their free is close to the grab, so they have resources to use here to fight the point immediately, despite not having the EMP up. But they will have to touch. There's a rally out from Shui.
Again, moving early. Grab Eden! QOQ directly on top of free there. Fielder, and use Transcendence right after to deal with RunAway's grab. But it's not enough to save Edison, and that's going to be it. RunAway gets point A, but GC Busan Wave able to buy 2 minutes off point A. That's not a bad defense.
2 minutes off point A, it's still required RunAway to use the rally, the nano, the grav. So they won't have any of those ults moving in. Edison will have another EMP.
Nice from GC Busan Wave. More that, like, especially when you're going in against a team that's as heavily favored as RunAway, that they've been able to fight it evenly. Where getting 2 minutes off point A, that's even exchange in my books. It's not bad for the offense, not bad for the defense.
See GC Busan moving in here, moving up the high ground. Right now, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see that the EMP Shatter set up. They should know that Li Zhigang has beat, so he's going to be hiding. He's running away. Gangnam also going to be playing extremely split, so they can have that nade for the heal boost up.
RunAway is playing split here. I think they thought the EMP was heading in, but if you're GC Busan Wave, you're milking this as much as you can. You're waiting as long as possible. Now, you have to dodge a bomb that's on the way in. They do just that, but oh, free gets displaced, booped in to the den of death on the other side. RunAway able to take that, and GC Busan, they have no choice but to back out.
They have no choice but to back up, but they still have another chance to engage. They just have to make sure they get value. But the problem, really, when you look at RunAway, it's gotten much better for them, not just because they win that fight using only bomb, because Gangnam will have a nano. And nano is a great way to help mitigate the power of the EMP.
Well, he doesn't have it up yet. GC Busan Wave could strike at any point. Edison's down!
Well, that is also a great way to mitigate the power if there's no EMP on the field.
RunAway is going to milk this for as much as they can. They're going to run for it. They're going to drop the Shatter. And they should be able to fully wipe GC Busan Wave if they use the beat.
Too late. They were hoping. There was a great peel from Daydream. He was able to get the boop to keep Fielder up alive, but the spam comes in, and the beat just not in time to save him. So they lose beat. They lose the point. And RunAway commit ults. I mean, they commit grab, commit rally, commit nano, and the Shatter, but Mag's already at 64%. But look at the time bank. They have 4 minutes for last. GC Busan Wave are now in the situation with Sombra where, you know, once you finally use this EMP, if you finally use the EMP, then you don't have it for the next fight. So
also the part here too where they used every bit of time bank possible going in here. So if RunAway finishes with 1 minute and 1 second, guess what? That's likely going to be the map for RunAway. So again, uncontested attack, and the grab is eaten. Free goes for the grab setup, and QOQ has been absolutely denying him at every conceivable moment. And Mag, even though under pressure, EMP gonna be coming out here from Edison. GC Busan Wave uses it to move forward, and RunAway backed into a corner, literally and figuratively. There could be GC Busan Wave taking the fight, and the key here, just back out, stop feeding Edison.
QOQ has just been denying Free, and Free is so deep into the spawn, gets this place, he gets cleaned up. He won't have energy now for this next fight. He's not there for the bubbles. GC Busan will have to back up. They need to run.
And the scary thing about this is that because they have to wait longer to contest, RunAway is going to get this point where one more team fight win is going to be the map in all likelihood.
And Edison's not that close to the EMP either. So they don't have a lot of ults. They don't have a lot of wiggle room here. And I'm RunAway and I'm looking at this fight. I know I can commit soon because he's about that grab.
Oh, and they do just that self-destruct directly to the back, connects on the Free. And QOQ, he has just been beating Free like Free owes him money in all aspects of the game right now. It's 6 on 5 for RunAway, and this might be it. The Graviton for the cleanup. Edison is down. No EMP is walking through that door as RunAway gets the last little bit of cleanup here. It's going to give them an uncontested attack round. GC Busan will not get another attack in this map, which means that RunAway now very likely to go up 2-0 here at the half.
And really, when I look at the failures in GC Busan's defense, it comes down to the streets phase of Blizzard World. It comes down to the second. They had EMP for an incredible amount of time. It was never once used at all, at any point.
No, and I gotta say, this has been tough for Free, where so many crucial moments in the last 2 minutes of this map were basically QOQ getting the better of Free in one form or another. And sure, I mean, there's other team positionings that are leading to that, but you can't have Grav Eden multiple times. You can't get caught by a self-destruct that's getting raw.
You can't get displaced.
No.
Often. You can't get displaced often. Free has definitely been having a very rough time. So now RunAway going to be on this offense. I mean, GC Busan going to be playing for the draw here. Edison swapping to the Zarya, knowing that, you know, you probably can't play Sombra if you can't give up a tick. You really can't. Like, Sombra's great if you want to first hold and give up ticks, but not if you want to give up no ticks.
Yeah, and that's why we're seeing the changes head on there for RunAway. I mean, really, RunAway, they've been so good at just highly aggressive setups. I think if they were to do something DPS focused here, it'd be a mistake. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's just a classic mess around and spawn because we can. So they're going to be heading out here. No changes for RunAway. 33% is all they need, which, bear in mind, the last defense of GC Busan Wave that worked, they had Sombra and they had a lot to give. They can't give up anything here.
So now RunAway going to be moving here. Rotating from the left side to fight the point. You see the Reinhardt duels happening here on the corner. The pretty standard way to play because you can sort of preserve your shield.
Okay, and
Mag so low.
Really low. I know they're saying the bubble for him, but even then, RPAC gets onto him at the last moment. He's able to charge away. Is he really good?
And gets a DMAC.
On the free.
Unreal.
Free just falling early again. This time, it's Mag doing a lot of the damage.
I mean, look at this. Look at it. It's done.
It's over.
They lose the fight. In what universe? In what universe does a Reinhardt with no shield health, like
that
sub 100 HP, not only get out but get the DMAC?
GC Busan Wave kind of beat themselves in that, where they had such a good opening, or I guess perhaps more specifically, how does Free get caught? Is really my question here, and I'm not sure we're gonna.
He was chasing for the frag. He was chasing for the frag on Mag, and then Mag just counterpins him.
Well, tough. Is all I have to say for that is, I gotta say, count the last part of the last round and then there. Very rough sequence of events for Free.
I don't even necessarily blame that particular one on Free, because if I'm D.Va and I heard Ryan is hurt, like sub 100 HP, and he's alone and isolated on the the wharf side, the coast side, I go for the frag.
Yeah.
And when he pins me and hits the crazy pin, I expect my team to not let me die in that scenario when he's that low.
Well, they did. So either way, here's the scary thing about this. GC Busan Wave looked really good at points in this match, and then in the end, it's still RunAway with 2 minutes and only a third to go to win it out. So it does show how difficult RunAway is to beat right now. But, signs of life from GC Busan Wave. Still a half of Overwatch to go. Perhaps they turn it up even more, but we'll find out after the break.